What's up, guys? It's me, Loreboy, and today I have something a little bit new. So this caught my interest on Steam a couple of days ago. I thought, why not buy it? This is Sakura Spirit. It's a visual novel, just like KAWAII Shoujo, but this one seems to be more anime-ish than KAWAII Shoujo. But I was like, why not? The thing is that when you download the game, it does says this game contains explicit nudity and sexual dialogue. I was like, well, KAWAII Shoujo has that, and I'm old enough to download the game technically. So I was like, hey, I'll just edit around it when it comes to it. And there are videos of this on YouTube of Sakura Spirit. So I was like, why the hell not? I'll download it, see what it's like. I already like it because it has that Japanese feel to it. I feel like we're going to like feudal Japan. But unlike KAWAII Shoujo that I've read once before, I read KAWAII Shoujo once and hadn't read in a while. Then I got back and recorded it. This is blind. I don't know anything about this story. All I know is that I'm gonna have to edit it because I can clearly see why on the front page. But let's start. By the way, KAWAII Shoujo will still be going on. I'm just recording this on the side. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this, but KAWAII Shoujo is like main priority for. But I was like, hey, why not record this? Oh, wow, went right to it. Every person has a dream they wish to pursue. Yet as people grow up, they often come to realize the truth. Dreams are nothing more than fairy tales. That's sad. At least that's what most people say. Then what about those who do end up accomplishing their dreams? Are they really incredibly lucky? By the way, don't mind the sleeveless. It's pretty hot, so I decided to put this on. Defend Pop Punk. I'm gonna get shit for that, probably. Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit! There are options on the text. Oh, it's awesome. Dad. Every man has a dream he wants to accomplish. However, there is something really important you should know, my boy. A real man doesn't give up on his dream, no matter what overwhelming challenges he might have to face. This song is hilarious. I still remember those foolish words my dad used to say, but despite their silly nature, I found myself inspired by them. Ever since I was a young child, I have been interested in martial arts. It didn't matter whether I watched a match on television or read a manga about some heroic martial artist. It always has been my dream to become a martial artist one day. Of course, it was a bit childish of me to think that I would become a hero simply by learning martial arts. Even though I already understood that superheroes were nothing more than figments of my imagination, I still had a desire to use my strength for the sake of others. My name is Gushiken Takahiro, a 17-year-old rising judo star, and no, that's not me bragging. I'm actually about to take part in a tournament 2 weeks from now. That could make or break my career on an international level. I couldn't read for a second there. I went retarded. Of course, I was excited about the opportunity to finally accomplish my dreams and represent my country as a sport that I loved, but the same excitement also made me feel incredibly nervous. And while those worrisome thoughts haunted my mind, a familiar voice sounded from outside the window. Oi! Taka-kun, get your butt in gear! Okay, I'll be right there, Koyomi. Oh boy. Not wanting to keep Koyomi waiting, I quickly dashed towards the front door to let her in, not even realizing I was still in my pajamas. I like this is pretty cool, little flowers on the side. Hold on a second, Koyomi, gotta grab my shoes before we head off to school. Really? I never realized our school had such a strict uniform or sleepwear policy. Nice jammies, by the way, did you borrow them from your mom? For a moment my eyes drifted downwards, noticing I was indeed wearing my pajamas. I let out a groan of annoyance and marched back towards my room. Pa, there's nothing wrong with my jammies. The Golden Knight is a famous comic book hero in the West. Besides, not everyone prefers to sleep naked like you. Okay. Mumbling those words, I started stripping out of my clothes, not particularly minding the presence of the girl behind me. Oh, but that only happened once. You know very well it was super hot that night, and geez, warn me before you strip naked in front of me, you idiot. You didn't seem to mind it when we were little. Maybe you want me to turn around instead. No, stop! Don't make me kick your ass. I decided I had teased her enough, and quickly pulled on my pants, presenting with the remaining few items of clothing before I suitably dressed for school. Besides, I had no reason for being so distracted. You've been distracted a lot lately. What's going on What's going on in that hollow skull of yours? It's that upcoming match. I have no idea how anyone can remain calm when international career is at stake. I wouldn't be surprised if I had made up enough doomsday scenarios to fill up the apocalypse genre. Oh right, the judo thing. I'm sure you'll do fine. I've seen some of your matches, and you kick butt. And of course, if you're really worried, you could always pray. Pray? What? Don't tell me you don't know. It's one of the school legends. Apparently there's some shrine out in the forest that if you pray to it brings you good luck. Ichikawa-san said that his sister prayed to it the night before her exam, and she got a perfect score. A shrine that is said to bring you good luck. Sounds like bogus to me. But at this point, I'm willing to try anything, I guess. Yeah, I want the music a little bit more. Wow. Might just be my headphones. But for some reason, it's really loud to me. Here we go. I'll ask Ichikawa-san about the location. I'm not exactly in the mood to get lost in the forest and end up a modern day Tarzan. Well, whatever. If you do go looking, at least send me a message to let me know. And will you hurry up? We're gonna be late again. A hero is never too early, nor are they too late. They arrive precisely when they are needed. But for the sake of avoiding detention, let's hurry. That's a wizard, not a hero, genius. How can one person be such a sports nerd and such a geek at the same time? Let's not forget the Casanova and Man of the Year candidates bits. They're important details. And I doubt you qualify for either one of them, Pajama Boy. Anyway, let us boldly go where everyone has gone before. To school. Ugh, nerd. You're called a nerd. Several hours later. ... So many dots! Later that day, I finally got a chance to talk to my classmate about the location of the shrine that KAWAII had mentioned earlier. Gym was the last thing on the schedule for today, so once people get ready to go home, I approached the guy. Hey, Ichikawa, is it true that your sister discovered some shrine that is said to bring you good luck? Oh, this guy looks like freaking Kenji from fucking Katawa Shoujo. Oh, let me guess, you want to date her? Well, even though I do have to admit that she's very attractive, I'm afraid she's already going out with someone. Not to mention, you're not her type. I already got my hands full dealing with Koyami. You can keep your sister to yourself. Joke aside, I'm more interested in that shrine. Did she mention where she found it? I didn't know there was anything near the forest aside from the dojo. Wait, why'd you move? Okay. Oh, well, she said something about it being near a river, and quite high up, to be honest. I wasn't paying attention too much while she was going on about it. Oh, good job, Ichikawa, you said shit. I mean, she was wearing this top, and it was tight, and... Stop! I seriously don't need to hear the details, and I doubt anyone else is interested. So, do you know anyone who might have heard about the shrine? Are you guys talking about that lucky shrine out in the forest? The one and only. According to Ichikawa's sister, there's supposed to be one near a river. I don't know that, but there's this fiery girl out there, Sakura Dojo, who knows more about it. Wait, are you talking about Arya-sama? About this tall, ridiculously strong, and super scary? That's the one. Oh, in that case, I believe I can still help. Oh, in that case, I believe I can still be of help. Takahiro-kun, I know where that place is. Of course you do. We both do. You want to tag along, don't you? I don't think Arya-senpai will appreciate you visiting her with your usual tricks in mind. Do I need to remind you what happened last time you tried to peek at her after she had finished practice? Blood, sweat, and tears? Shut up! I don't peep on the ladies. That's slander, you know. I should sue you. I would never look upon Arya-sama with a glorious body in any state of nudity. Oh, so you haven't seen her naked yet. I've seen a bit of a side boob, but the whole I found didn't really let me a good view of. There we go. Someone call the cops. Ichikawa the peeping Tom has confessed. playfully patted Ichikawa's shoulder as I turned around, grabbing my bag in the process and prepared to leave. Thanks for the tip, Ichikawa. I'll let the judge know you were most helpful during the interrogation. This is unfair. I was coerced. I wouldn't say another word until I speak with my lawyer. What the fuck is going on, man? Is this Japanese culture? Once school was over, I decided to take my chances with the little bit of intel I had managed to obtain from my classmates. If memory served me right, Aria-senpai would be practicing at the dojo today. Of course, I know her. She was a judo student just like myself, but for whatever reason, she had been refusing to compete in any tournaments for a while now. Aria-senpai, are you around? I shouted her name as I parked my bike, looking around for any sign of the girl. Hua! Hya! Hya! Follow the shots and you will find her. I grinned briefly as I saw Aria seemingly in the middle of practicing a series of motions, almost as if she was fighting an imaginary opponent. Perhaps now was a perfect opportunity to surprise her a little. I snuck closer, where the fuck did my mouse go? I snuck closer, making sure to make a little noise as possible before I reached a hand towards her shoulder. Aria, feeling a hand on her shoulder, Aria reacted. She grabbed hold of my hand and with a loud grunt shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. I didn't have time to brace myself for the impact before I hit the ground like a sack of potatoes. Hiya! No one sneaks up on the great Kunoichi Aria. Oh, Taco Boy. I didn't realize it was you. I'm sorry, you okay? Kunoichi? More like Tasmanian devil. That throw didn't have a shred of mercy in it. There's no mercy in the ring, Taco Boy. Better that you learn that now that in 2 weeks' time. Let me guess. You want me to do some sparring? You want to do some sparring, don't you? I actually came here to ask you something, but I guess a little sparring wouldn't hurt. Oh, what do you want to ask? We've got all afternoon, and I could do with a little bit of a break anyway. Where to start? You used to take part in big and important matches in the past, right? Did you ever get nervous before getting into the ring? Oh yeah, this one time I got so nervous I hid in the kitchen cupboards until my dad found me and dragged me to the car. Of course, that was when I was like 8. Well, obviously I can't go and hide for my match, but one of my friends made this stupid suggestion that I go and pray or something. Honestly, at this point, I'll do anything to calm my nerves a little. Taco Boy, are you sure about this? You mean the match? Of course I am. I've been practicing judo ever since I was old enough to walk. This is my chance to finally represent this country and the sport I love. Adia seemed to think for quite a long time, all the while tapping her jaw with a finger. Eventually, she snapped her fingers and grabbed a tight hold of me. Alright, I'll tell you the way to the shrine. I know, but it's going to require more than a simple clap of your hand and bob of your head. You need to get something to the shrine, something of value. I guess I'll have to think of something before we get there. Thanks, Senpai. I appreciate the help. Oh, no, Taco Boy. I'm not going with you. I've got training to do. Besides, you've got to take this step yourself. I can draw you a map and show you an easy way to get back here, but you'll be on your own. You're not tagging along? Not even for a little while? Afraid so, Taco Boy. Let me just grab some paper. I'll draw that map for you. After Adia's return, quick preparations were made, and I followed the directions noted down on the map. Surprisingly, it wasn't all that hard. It wasn't all that far. However, the hint on how to find my way back in case I got lost was a bit sketchy. Just look down, you'll be able to see the roof of the dojo from anywhere on the hill. The forest near the dojo was my first challenge to overcome. A narrow path coiled along the trees, and nearby was the river Ichikawa's sister had mentioned. This game looks really nice. It looks really pretty. I actually really like the music in the background too. It's relaxing. I followed Arya's scribbles with a bit of skepticism, but after an hour or so, I finally arrived at the supposedly legendary shrine. See, I did the air quotes. The shrine itself seemed surprisingly well maintained despite being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone could be secretly living there. Perhaps some secret martial arts master. The thought of a hermit living and hiding within the shrine in order to prepare himself for an upcoming battle between good and evil started to dwell in my mind. I guess it's too good to be true. And I sighed in annoyance at the fact that aside from the shrine itself, this is a typo I guess, the grounds surrounding it seemed completely abandoned. There was no way anyone could be living there. For the time being, I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It only took a few minutes before I gathered the courage to approach the building. Once inside, I found a rather fancy-looking altar of sorts at the back of the room. Man, this game looks really pretty. I guess this is the thing everyone's talking about. Silently, I folded up the map and I had been given, putting it inside my bag. I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure if this was actually going to work. I don't even think luck will do me much good in a match like this. In my opinion, there wasn't any room for things like luck in martial arts. Judo is all about using the knowledge you have gained through training. Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly this was going to be a match where my experience and talent would be pushed to their limits. Nothing more and nothing less. Okay, music stopped. How curious. The boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet he stands here, surrounded by the very thing he denounces. Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was no one here, no one to be seen. Who's there? Quite the cliched question, but the right thing to ask is, where am I? What are you talking about? Show yourself! Not yet. Entertain me for a little while longer, would you? This is a place like no other. Why did you come here if you do not believe in things such as luck? I came here to prepare myself. Oh? Do enlighten me about what this something might be that you're preparing yourself for. I felt a little bit annoyed as the question continued, but maybe if I kept talking to her, I would be able to find out where she was hiding. Shell was hiding? Man, there's a couple of typos in this. Preparing for a tournament. A judo match. Judo? What might that be? Seriously? You don't know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art. Uh-huh. So you're a warrior. Hesitant to go into battle and then come here and hope of finding the resolve to fight? I'm not sure about the warrior part. How fortunate. It just so happens that there's need for one of your kind. My kind? A hero. The shrine brings fortune to heroes such as yourself. However, every great hero must sacrifice something in return. Sounds like what the others mentioned. Your version sounds better, though. Laughing briefly at the story, I decided to play along and clap my hands together in prayer. So what's next? Do I offer up my allowance or something? Don't be silly. Money is of little importance to a hero. For you, the sacrifice will be something of much greater value. I'll be looking forward to seeing what destiny has in store for you. As if on cue, I began to feel nauseated the moment the girl's words reached my ears. My head spinning wildly. Slowly I staggered backwards, collapsing onto my back. As my vision grew blurry, the sound of approaching footsteps could be heard. What the fuck? Good luck, hero. You're going to need it. She has a tail! Despite my attempts to get back up, all I managed was a brief look at the girl. The sight of horns and a tail left many questions. Before I had a chance to utter even a single word, my consciousness has come to darkness. ... Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Alright guys, I'm not going to record this for long, I'm actually going to end it here. So when we come back, we're going to find out what the hell just happened to us basically, because I literally just forgot his name. Is that Takuya? No, I'll probably find out when I edit it, but we're going to find out where the hell we are, because we saw a mysterious girl with tails and horns, so this is going to be part 1, or episode 1, what the fuck I call it. But I hope you guys are enjoying Sakura Speed It. See you guys later.